Hello everyone, welcome back to Math Vibes. Those who are new to our channel, don't forget to press the subscribe button. And those who are regular visitors of our channel, let's have a quick recap of complementary angles, supplementary angles, adjacent angles, linear pair, vertically opposite angles, along with the basic concept of geometry, that is line, line segment, ray and angle. Let's move ahead. Well, as you all know, a line is something that has no fixed endpoints and it can be extended endlessly or infinitely in both the directions, and it is represented by this arrow. If in a line you have arrows on both the sides, that means it is a line. On the other hand, a line segment is the one which has two fixed endpoints and it has a finite length. So it has a finite length because it is a part of a line. Segment means part. So a line segment is a part of a line. Let's see what is a ray. A ray has a starting point, but it has no end point, and it goes on endlessly in one direction only. Okay, so it will have arrow only on one side, which will show that it goes on endlessly in this direction. So a ray has a starting point, but it has no ending point. Alright, now let's look at angles. Well, an angle is when two rays emerge from a common point, they form an angle at the vertex. So here, if this is the vertex, the starting point, which is called the vertex. So here, if O is a vertex, then these are the two rays which emerge from it. Okay, and this area is the region where the angle will be formed. Okay, so this starting point is called the vertex, and these two rays are called the arms of an angle. So if I want to name it, I'll say that O is the vertex and OA and OB are the arms of the angle AOB. Remember to always keep the vertex in the middle while writing the name of an angle. So, okay, the main topic over here is all the relationship between the type of angles, which many of you find very difficult, but actually they are not. So, let's look at complementary angles, supplementary angles, adjacent angles, vertically opposite angles, and linear pair. Let's take it one by one. So first is complementary angles. Well, complementary angles are the angles whose measure add up to 90 degree. Yes, their measure add up to 90 degree. This is something which you have to learn, that their measure add up to 90 degree. And in a complementary angle, each angle is said to be the complement of the other. Okay, each angle is said to be the complement of the other. This is called complementary angle, where the sum add up to 90 degrees. On the other hand, if the sum add up to 180 degrees, then the pair of angles are said to be supplementary. If the sum adds up to 180. So, in a supplementary angle, each angle is said to be the supplement of the other. So till now we have done two angles, complementary and supplementary. If the pair of angles add up to 90 degree, they are said to be complementary angles, and if the pair of angles add up to 180 degrees, they are said to be supplementary angles. Now the next is adjacent angle. Now, well, very important type of angles and you should understand it thoroughly. So adjacent angles are the angles which have a common vertex. They have a common arm or a common side, and the non-common arms are on the either side of the common arm. Now, remember to learn or take emphasis on this third point, that here the non-common arms, they are on the either side. Either side means जो common arm है, एक उसके left side पे, एक उसके right side पे, and it is compulsory to be like that to become adjacent angles. For example, if you look at this figure, and if over here the red line is the one which is common, okay, common arm, then the other two arms are one on this side and one on that side. Okay, so these two angles are said to be adjacent angle. But if you look at these two angles, they don't have a common arm first of all, so they are not adjacent. Okay, in the second figure if you see, then if this we consider as a common arm, and if we have to check that whether angle A and B are adjacent or not, then the answer will be no, because here the common arm is this. And according to our definition, the non-common arms should be on the either side. But here, if this is a common arm, then both the other arms are on the left hand side only. पर हमारे पास होना क्या चाहिए था कि एक लेफ्ट में हो और एक राइट में हो, बट यहाँ पे तो ऐसा नहीं है, यहाँ पे तो दोनों ही लेफ्ट में है. Okay, so it is, they are obviously they are non-adjacent angles. Okay, they are not adjacent. So these are the three conditions which have to be met if some angle want to be adjacent angle: that they should have a common vertex, they should have a common side, and the non-common arms are on the either side of the common arm. So these are the essential criteria for some angles to be adjacent angles. I hope it is clear. Let's move ahead. So the next set of angles are vertically opposite angles. Vertically opposite angles, they are very important in geometry, and these are the type of angles which will be used most of the times when you are dealing with lines and angles. It says that when two lines or line segments cross each other, that is they make a cross, or in English alphabet we have X, that is when they make X. Okay, they cross each other or they make X, then the angle formed are vertically opposite angles. The angle formed are vertically opposite angles. Now let's see how they make vertically opposite angles. Well, see this angle, okay, this angle 35 and this angle 35, they will be vertically opposite angles and they will be equal to each other. This is the property of vertically opposite angles, that whenever they are making a cross, then the vertically opposite angles are equal, the one which are opposite to each other. So here if you see, then this 35-degree angle was opposite to 35-degree angle, so they are equal. Same way, this 145-degree angle is opposite to 145, so they are equal and they are said to be vertically opposite angles. Okay. Now next is linear pair. Now what are linear pairs? Two angles, they form a linear pair if and only if. Now if and only if means the conditions are very important, and if some angles want to be linear pair, that it is very important and imperative that those angles should be adjacent angles. First of all, they should be adjacent angles, right? And remember the criteria for adjacent angles: they should have a common vertex. Here they have a common vertex. Okay, they should have a common arm, so this is a common arm, right? And their non-common arms, in adjacent angles the non-common arms are on the either side. One was on the left, one was on the right, there was no other condition. But for two angles to be linear pair, the condition is that the non-common arms, they should be opposite rays. The non-common arms should be opposite. Okay, the non-common arms should be opposite. So if you look in this figure carefully, then it has a common vertex, it has a common arm, and here this arm is exactly opposite to this. Okay, so in linear pair, all the criterias of adjacent angles will be there, along with one extra condition, that the non-common arms which are on the either side, they should be the opposite rays. Okay, they should be the opposite rays. Now for example, this straight line or the non-common arms, now see, they can be like this also, it can be standing also. Okay, so that also will make a linear pair. It is not compulsory that every time they have to be horizontal. Okay, the base should be straight, the base should be straight. Okay, they should be opposite to each other, they should be exactly opposite to each other. Okay, and if this condition is met, then they are said to be in forming a linear pair. All right. So the basic important thing which you need to understand between adjacent angles and linear pair is that in adjacent angles the opposite sides are on the either side. There is no other condition, they can be in any situation. Okay, but in linear pair the situation is that they have to be exactly opposite to each other. That's it. Thanks a lot for watching, and don't forget to press the subscribe button. If you like our video, then don't forget to like it and share it. And for more videos, you can visit our channel, and don't forget to click the subscribe button. Bye.